So the reason I'm updating this comparison is because the old one is based on the old patch, and a lot of things change in this new patch when it comes to damage and tanking, and I wanted to do a more plain, pretty obvious to see the difference kind of comparison, and compare Awakening to Succession. And also there is some information that I got wrong that I would like to correct as well, which we can see here. So what I didn't know is that the AP guard buff does not scale with the E buff. So if you have the guard buff up and use the E buff, it overrides the guard buff. So the difference between the AP buffs between Succession and Awakening is only 13, which is still a difference, but it's not as massive as I thought, and it bridges the gap between the two specs a little bit. It does. However, AP, the Awakening does still have stronger AP overall, and the abilities still have a higher burst potential with the E buff active than Succession. The rest of the points still stand. I still can't understand how some people argue that 515 is a greater number than 617. Some people are sadly that stupid. I really can't comprehend. There's also people who think that then even if we disprove this one, which I admit I didn't know this, I'm not an Awakening main. I only switch to Awakening sometimes during certain situations, because I recently entered the high zones, and I've been using full rotation with consumes and all of that, so I get it. That's not my argument. My argument was that Awakening has more healing, they have stronger built-in AP, and they have stronger ability damage, meaning when they use the E-burst they do more damage, and they are more protected with forward guards that are healing and blocking as well as doing damage at the same time, compared to Succession. Those were the arguments. My argument was never that Awakening is better than Succession in all parts of the game or anything like that. Personally, I think that Succession, I would say Succession honestly is only better than Awakening when it comes to, I'd say, high, low, high, and grind zones. If you have a full row of the best buffs, you know, Harmony and all of that stuff, in that situation I would say Succession is better at AoE grinding. However, Awakening is simply better in basically everything else. It's better in PvP, it's better against bosses, it's better in low to mid zones. Again, if mobs die relatively fast, it doesn't really matter as much, as you could see in the clips. The difference between, let's see here, where did I put it? The difference in kill time is pretty small. It's not that massive. So if you're in a low zone where the mobs die relatively quickly, the E buff makes it easier to clear fast. But that's just in my experience. Someone might have different results. I believe if played perfectly, the Awakening will be a little bit better in low to mid zones. However, agree to disagree. That's not something I'm stating as a fact. What I'm stating as a fact is, once again, Awakening heals more, has more built-in AP, has higher burst and ability damage, and has more protections. That's all I'm stating as a fact, and I can't believe the dum-dums that are disagreeing. Bosnia, this dude, you know, these guys are just, they're plainly wrong, and I don't know if they misunderstood the whole point of these argumenters. A lot of people, some people are like, yeah, it's pretty cut and clear, you know, it's pretty cut and clear what I'm trying to say and show in this video. Some people are willfully ignoring it and rather, well, it's an MMO. Everyone knows how MMOs are. You know, there's people who've been playing it a long time and it's the only game they play. And if someone disproves something they believed about the game, you know, the pride, it can't take it. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. You know, people can see these clips. You know, they will say that they see like this, and they're like, no, this bottom kill time is faster than this one, despite it literally not being it. It's like they look up in the sky is blue, and you're like, look, the sky is blue, and they're like, nah, it's green, and you're like, what? And they're like, yeah, it's green, and you're like, dude, are you colorblind? And they're like, no, I had my eyes checked, it's just green, you're wrong. And you're like, are you just saying that because you don't like that I stated out that the sky is blue? And they're like, no, why would you say that? That's literally where we're at. Anyway, again, here's a little display too of the forward guard and the ebuff override. Now, I wouldn't say I'm that prideful. If I say something that is obviously true, I will stick to it. And if I'm wrong, I will correct it, like you can see. Anyway, if there's a future update that changes this, and if I still play the game, because I shift games a lot. BDO is not my main game, and it doesn't even need to be, and that's kind of what's so funny about all this. I returned to the game like maybe 2 months ago, something like that. Picked it up, and I'm already acknowledging these so-called pros. It's so pathetic, it's so sad, and his emote matches it so perfectly. Oh, it's very funny. Anyway, that's about it. See y'all in the next one.